Welcome, Love Soul 420. I'm your host, Goddess Z. So glad to be here with you guys, and welcome back. Today's episode is 5 reasons why you're depressed. All right, so let's just get right into it. Let's begin by saying, okay, like right now, everybody's going through it. Everybody's going through it. It's 2021. Everyone's recovering from whatever they had to deal with in 2020. And unfortunately, right now, there's still a pandemic. People are dying. People are unemployed. People are losing money. People are dealing with abuse. And even worse, they're losing loved ones. The world is really fucked up right now. No doubt about it. But that doesn't mean there's no hope. It doesn't matter what it is that you're dealing with. At the end of the day, if you're listening to this, that means you're alive. And that means there's a chance, there's hope. Brighter days are coming. However, sometimes we kind of find ourselves stuck in this rut, replaying all of the unfortunate events that we've experienced, and it gets really difficult to climb ourselves out of that issue. We're feeling that climb out of that depression mode. I get it. But here are the five reasons why you're really going through this kind of depression. Now, I'm going to give you the 5 reasons, and I'm going to go over them one by one. All right, so first of all, reason number 1, you have no goals. Reason number 2, you seek validation. Reason number 3, you lack confidence. Reason number 4, you're living in the past. Reason number 5, you have no interest in solutions. All right, so let's go over number 1, goals. Everybody needs goals. You need a goal. It doesn't matter what the goal is. I don't care what it is that you're into. Whether you want to buy a house, a car, get married, you want to build a spaceship, you want to, become a florist, you want to start a business. It doesn't matter what the goal is. No matter how big or small it is, you as an individual needs to establish a goal. Several goals, to be honest with you, but start with at least 1 or 2. 2 things that you really want, and things that are realistic that you might be able to achieve, right? You write those goals down, and then what you do, and write them down. I don't mean just have a goal in your mind and just keep it moving. No, go out, buy yourself a journal, a book, something that you can leave in your pocketbook. If you're a guy, get a pad, whatever it is, or your phone. All of my stuff is on my phone, right? Especially with Google Docs. If you got a Gmail account, go to Google Drive, and you'll be able to access Word Docs. Click on the Word Docs, boom. There's even an app for it. And write down what your goal is, what it is that you want to achieve. And then start listing all the things that you need to do to achieve this goal. Just start there. And don't feel like I'll never be able to do this, because whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. You think you can't do it, then you're not gonna be able to do it. But if you think you can, then you will be able to do it. The world responds to whatever it is that you think you're capable of doing. So make sure that you take the time out to write a goal for 2021, or a goal for the next 2 years. Make some short-term goals and long-term goals. Actually, you should start with a long-term goal and then use your short-term goals as kind of like a guide to take you to that long-term goal. But whatever the fuck it is, just have a fucking goal. All right, moving on. Validation. This is another reason why you're going through depression. You're seeking validation from everybody else. Who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks? Everybody else is going through their own issues right now. And anytime that they're telling you something or giving you advice on something, it's based on their own personal experiences. They haven't walked in your shoes. They haven't gone through what you've gone through. So they can't really dictate what you should or shouldn't do in your life. Only you can dictate that. Doesn't mean that you can't get guidance from people or learn from any information that somebody is presenting to you. But always keep in mind that you are in charge of you. Validate yourself. Nobody needs to validate you. The fact that you're even alive validates that you matter. Let me be the one to tell you, you fucking matter. Don't care who you are and what you're doing. You matter. You're important. We need you. We need you. The world needs you. You got here for a reason. There's like this statistic that shows that it's like 1 in 4 billion for anybody to actually just be born. So the fact that you're alive means that you won a fucking race, at least to here. You know what I'm saying? So don't look for validation of other people. You fucking matter. And whatever it is that you're doing the best that you can with the information that you have and based on the situation that you're in. Okay? Don't compare yourself to other people. You have no idea what people have to do to walk in their shoes. My mom used to have this thing where she would say, if everybody in the neighborhood were to line up on the street and throw their problems out, and you look around and you see other people's problems, you would run out, grab your problems, and go back home. Because you would not want to deal with the other bullshit that other people are dealing with. Don't seek validation of other people. Just believe that whatever it is that you need to do and however it is that you need to live is based on whatever decision you make. Your choices are validated. All right. Let's move on. Next one, confidence. You lacking. Now I know it's easy to say like, oh, just go and get confidence. It's not something that people can just go do. I get that. But the reason why you don't have confidence is because you have failed to realize what skill you have. Every single person has some type of skill or talent. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be freaking washing cars. Let me tell you something. I know 3 guys who have businesses where they go out and they wash cars. And I'm talking about like they make so much money because of how great they are in what they do. Like, seriously, they go from business to business, pulling up, and they're washing Mercedes, BMWs, all of that, making really good money just washing cars. But the reason why that they're flourishing or thriving is because they're good at what they do. They realize, like, you know what? This is my thing. Not everybody could be a fucking rocket scientist. Not everybody could be a doctor or an attorney. Like, we all have different purposes. Everybody is needed. One of the things that I absolutely hate is when someone says, well, you know what? If you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're going to end up working at McDonald's. Fuck you. Let me tell you something. I am so grateful for the people that work at McDonald's. Do you know how many times that I needed fucking something to eat and I was so grateful that there was somebody out there that served me that fucking food? That motherfucker that works at McDonald's is important to me. May not be important to you, but they're important to me. So we need to stop with the stigma like, oh, you know, if you have this job, you're nobody. Like, every single job is important. The fucking garbage man's job is important. Thank God for the garbage man. Can you imagine if there was no service for picking up your garbage? You'd have stacks and stacks of trash bags in your house, outside your lawn. You wouldn't know what the fuck to do. That's an important business. Anything that anybody does is important. So find out what it is that you're good at and then master that skill. Literally just stay focused on mastering. Say, you know what? I'm really good at sewing clothes. I'm really good at painting. I'm really good at building businesses. I'm really good at building, computers, whatever it is. Find that thing that you know that you can do really well and then just start doing it all the time. Be consistent with it. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, you'll master it. You'll be an expert. And this is what's going to give you the confidence to say, wait a minute, I am important. I can do this. I have purpose. All right. Next thing that's keeping you all fucked up is living in the past. Look, I don't care what it is or who it is or what happened in the past. Somebody did something fucked up to you, a friend, a family, a parent, whatever you went through. And I know that some people have had some really traumatic childhoods. I understand that very well. I've had my own bad experiences. So I'm talking to you from experience. But you need to let that shit go. Okay? You may not be responsible for what you had to deal with when you came into this world, but you're responsible for how you're going to end this story. Stop living in the past. Use the past as a way to drive you to do better for yourself. Think about everything that you've been through. Be proud of the fact that you've made it this far despite all of those challenges that you had. And let it go. Forgive. And sometimes it's hard to forgive. There are some people that have done some things to me that were so horrible. I literally just was like, yo, if this person got run over by a truck, I'd probably sit there and dance. Like, that fucked up. Like, that bad. But you know what? As I got older and more mature, I realized, like, why? Why do I have that mindset? It's my ego. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. It still hurts that this person might have done something to me. But carrying that baggage is too heavy. You don't forgive for the other person. You forgive for yourself. You're like, you know what? I forgive that person. They're human. They're fucked up. They got something going on. I don't know what the hell it is, but I need to move on. When you carry resentment or you carry a grudge over something or someone, you're giving that person a lot of power over you and what you're doing in your life. That person is probably living their best life right now, completely forgot about all the fucked up things they might have said or done to you. And meanwhile, you're sitting here folding, breaking down, falling apart. For what? It's not worth it. Let go of that shit. Let go of that shit. It's not important at all. The best revenge is no revenge. Just doing better for yourself. Trust me. The haters will see and they'll be like, oh, shit. All right. Guess that person wasn't all crazy as I thought they were. You know what I'm saying? Your life is your life. Doesn't matter what people think. People have their own problems. And usually when they're sitting there and they're telling you something that's messed up or trying to hurt you, it's because they're going through something and they're projecting. A lot of times people project their own inner hurt. There's a saying that says, hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? So people that are going through their own pain they seek out to make sure that other people go through that pain. You know, misery loves fucking company. Don't let anybody have that kind of power over you. Forget the fucking past. It doesn't matter. As of today, whatever happened yesterday and beyond that, forget it. Focus on tomorrow, because remember, you're creating goals. You're not validating. You're not seeking validation from other people, and you're building your confidence by applying whatever skills you have and working towards them. So let go of the past. Next one, last one, best one. Solution driven. You're not solution driven. It's so important to be solution driven, and not everybody is born with that ability, but it doesn't mean it's not something that you can learn. Anybody can learn to be solution driven. There are a lot of people that love to just live in the problem. Like they say, you know, some people have a problem for every solution. Make sure that you're the person that has a solution for every problem. Stop telling people, oh my God, why me? And fucking go out there and be like, yo, try me. You know? Come on, be more solution driven. Believe that no matter what it is that happens in your life, there are options, there are choices. Sometimes the choices might be scary. There are things you don't want to do. I've had to face my own issues sometimes, and I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm back against the wall. But I'm like, no. You know what? Worst case scenario, I lose everything that I've ever built and I start fresh. So what? What's the big deal? The only reason why people are so afraid to look at solutions is because they're still thinking about, they're still seeking validation of other people. Every time they have an issue, they're wondering, well, what would other people do? Or stop wondering what other people would do. Other people are going to do whatever the fuck they need to do to deal with their own lives. Focus on you. God made you the way that you are, gave you your experiences. You have your own journey. You have your own purpose. So when you're hit with a challenge or obstacle, which all of us are going to be faced with obstacles and challenges as long as you're alive, Stop focusing on the problem. As soon as a problem comes up, just start focusing on what can I do? What are the options out there? You know? If you really focus on those things, then you're going to find yourself further and farther away from like depression, and you're going to start healing. You're going to adopt self-love. You're going to realize, wow, you know what? I was going through all this because I was so concerned about what other people were thinking and saying. But at the end of the day, it's what I do that counts. What move do I make? You are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. You hang out with 4 losers, you're the 5th loser. You hang out with 4 winners, you're the 5th winner. So you know what? If you got to cut certain people out of your life, whether they're friends, whether they're even family, I've had to cut out family out of my life because they were so toxic. I would not be where I am today if I would have stuck around with some of these people, because I was surrounded by people that were always trying to tell me what I can't do when I wanted to focus on the things that I can do. So that's what you need to do. Focus on the things that you can do. Focus on your goals. Focus on yourself. Take control of your life. Don't let other people's opinions and issues and drama affect your inner peace. I hope this was all helpful. Until next time, one love. Gotta see.
Thank you.